State of the Culture discussed election results. And now I'm going to discuss State of the Culture discussing election results. You've been warned. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. Hey, don't forget to check out the link of the day in the description.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yeah. As anybody that has ever frequented one of the live streams that I do two daily, Morning Coffee and A Tonight Show with Jack Frost, you would know that State of the Culture, I'm a big fan. I love the show. I do not want them to get rid of anyone. Let me just be clear on that. I think that they needed to make a little bit of progress. And just watching this last show, the titles in which the subjects in which they handled was legendary artists, election results, new album reviews, and more. I'm really interested into seeing what this and more is about. Anyway, this particular review is going to be about the election results. And I really like the way that they handled it. Because often, and this is the problem that I have with a CNN or Fox, often, well, they're a different platform also. So they are covering it from a different angle. And when CNN and Fox often cover election results, they cover who won and who lost. Okay, I get it. State of the Culture covered it from a different angle. They covered why it is important to vote, the problems that you can have when trying to vote, and I'm sorry to say, being colored, and what we can do in the future to encourage others to vote and just be smarter about voting. I'm gonna play a quick clip from Jinx.
It's either, like Joe's saying, it's people that don't know the system's updated. I had, because I'm living here and I'm still registered in New York. I'm still registered in New Jersey. So I had a mail-in joint and they sent it. Of course, they sent it, it gets late. So it gets here late. There's not enough time to send it back. And I'm like, I'm not playing that game. I go back to Jersey. And as soon as I get there, go to one table, I'm not on the list. I'm like, I've been here my whole life. Go to the next table. You say, Jenkins? I'm like, yes. Like, yes. So then they find me and she's like, oh, you're the mail-in. You can't do it. You have your mail-in. I'm like, nah, I'm here in person. She's like, you can't do it. And I'm sitting here like, oh, this is the finesse. And another lady comes from around the corner and is like, that's not true. He can just write everything in. And all I had to do was write my name and address, and it was mad easy. And had I been a different person or been busy or had the 5 minutes I'm on lunch break, it would have been over. And I started to panic, like, I'm gonna have to go back to New York, get the ballot, and come right back. And she's like, yo, nah, like, we got you. But it's, it was a person who didn't even know, like, the system was current.
But I think
now, you want to know what the most interesting thing I think about what he said is? It's actually not something that he said. It's something that Remy says a little bit before that. So, y'all really need to check out the State of the Culture. If y'all have not checked it out, this is an important show to watch. Before that, Remy says that she went to go vote and they didn't even ask her for her ID. She said her husband, and for everybody that don't know who her husband is, Papoose, no idea how anyone wouldn't know who her husband is. That nigga nice. I'm talking about rapping. He also didn't get asked for ID. But Jinx, he goes to New Jersey, because that's where he has to, no, that's where his address is. That's where his home address is, so that's where he has to vote. And when he goes to New Jersey to go vote, they try to turn him away. They try to prevent him from voting. Now, Joe said something really, really smart, as usual, a little bit before this also. He says a lot of times, Remy and Joe were saying this, a lot of times the people that work at these polling places, you know, they've been working there 10, 15, 20 years and better. And what happens is laws change. And sometimes they don't know the laws change. They're not updated. Remy brought up that she went in to go vote. And she was going to vote for judges. For everybody that don't know, you get to vote for judges. She went to go vote for judges. She's allowed to vote for 8 judges. The lady told her she can only vote for 1. But Remy knew her shit. The lady did not know her shit. And this is what happens to a lot of us when we go to vote. We don't know how to vote because people are at the actual voting locations and they're giving us misinformation and they're making it difficult for us to vote. Voting is important. The most important votes, okay, voting for the president is extremely important. Don't get me wrong. If you live in a red state and you want to vote for the Republican and you don't vote for the Republican, but you live in an overwhelmingly red state, you live in a state that they voted a Republican president, they voted for the Republican president for as long as you can remember, your district always votes red, and you're a Republican and you don't vote red, you're probably going to still win that red. I'm not saying don't vote. I'm not saying to vote. But you see, that's when you're voting for the president. When you're voting for local government, you can't think like that. You have to think, I have to vote. You understand? Because this is an this is for local government. This is the government that is going to directly affect me in the more immediate term. A president signs something into law. It takes a while for that to trickle down to the average American. 2-3 years. Sometimes even longer. It takes a while to trickle down to us. But our government, that is our community government, that's more immediate. You feel that quicker, sooner. It's there. So it's important to know that we can vote for judges and whatnot, and how many we can vote for. Another point that they brought up a lot of good points. Y'all really got to watch the State of a Culture. Another good point that they brought up was we need more of us. And when I say us, I don't just mean people of color. I mean younger people. You know, we shouldn't always go to a polling place and everybody that's at the polling place that's working is like in their 70s, yo. Like, what the hell? What if there's like some, you know, God forbid, some flu epidemic like a week before it's time to vote? You show up to the voting place and they be like, oh, everybody dead. Like, we need to get involved. Scotty Beam, who had a magnificent show up until this point. I'm not gonna I'll keep an update on every topic I discuss. But up until this point, a magnificent show. And like I told people in other videos, I think the girl is really intelligent. You know, she's really intelligent. And so she says that her mother, she plans on basically she says she goes everywhere with her moms. That's a lady after my own heart. She says that she plans on volunteering. And that's what we need more of. We need more people volunteering. That's what we need. We need more people volunteering, more people getting the word out. We got to get people to the polls. You see, because if we treat going to the polls and voting with more of an urgency, if we treat it with a higher importance, with the paramount of importance, you know, when we're dealing with our local government, then just as a people, it'll become more prevalent. in our society. Last point that I'm going to bring up that they brought up about the whole voting thing, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Without a shadow of a fact, this is without a shadow of a doubt. I don't want nobody to get this confused when I say this. We have had a lot of colored men lead our civil rights movements. But we would be zero, absolutely nowhere, without the women of our civil rights movements. And it's kind of sad that we don't know more of their names. Everybody knows Rosa Parks. I'm not going to call anybody else's name because they were treated like they were secondary to their more famous husbands. But we would be nowhere as far as the civil rights movement goes without our colored women, without our melanated women, without our queens. We would have been nowhere. I think that we need to take that into consideration when you think about black men don't vote as often as black women. Black women get out there and they vote. Us men, we need to get on our fucking grind. Sometimes we need to be led by our noses. Sometimes, you know, a black man needs a strong woman in his life. I'm not saying, and that's one of the reasons why black women are so strong. Because a black man needs a strong woman in his life. This is not a race thing. I think anybody love whoever you want to love. There's nothing wrong with that. But a black man needs a strong woman in his life. And I'm sorry to tell you, but as far as I know, the strongest women on the planet Earth are black women. That's just my opinion. I love all of y'all. I love all of y'all. The strongest women on this planet is black women. Black men, we need to get out there and fucking vote. We don't have to lead our women. They could walk side by side with us. I'm not simping. I'm just saying what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.